Welcome to the Love Government. I am Dennis Leary, speaking on behalf of the Love Government. And this series of videos we're doing on sex cards. The cards here are in front of me, and we are entering a new section of the journey, of the game, of the structure. With the 8th card, we're going to start another series of 7s. This card layout here is built on 7s. 7 across, 7 up, with 3 cards at the top. The wild card, the holy card, and the high card are at the top. So we're going home, which is the top card. We're on this journey. And now we're going to go into the suit of time. And the first suit of the time is the 8th card in the whole series, and it is the world card. The world card on the positive, and that's down here. The first in this suit, which is the suit of time. And we're going to go through time in a chronological sequence according to our development. So first in time is the lover woman. First there is a woman. We are with a woman first in our conception. Conceived inside of a woman, and we may be a woman or a man. But it starts with woman, and the woman is the world here, the world card in Tarot. And she is dancing inside of an oval-shaped circle. And she is woman. Now notice, I pronounce it woman, not woman. There's a difference, and there's a reason why we make that difference. A woman has the resonance, the sound resonance of mum, mam, am, mammal, mammary, etc. Mam. That is done purposely to link her with the love culture. A woman has that mam quality, as opposed to a woman with an N has the word man in the word. So it's wo-man. Because most of the women today have incorporated the male patriarchal values, which is understandable because we're swimming in the male patriarchal dominant system. So the language follows suit. So you got a man in the word woman, which means whoa, stop, whoa. There's a man there, even though it looks like a woman. So as the poet said, is she a man or a woman? I can't tell which. From one to the other, you can so easily switch. But he prejudices it by saying woman. So woman is the center point, centerpiece of the whole system. And the lover here is dancing in the circle. Now that circle stands for her body. And there's an aura around our bodies. Everybody's got an aura around them, different frequencies and so on. But the aura looks like this. It's an oval shape. And the oval shape is also the sign of a woman's vulva. Oval shape like this. And so the lover is portraying her sexuality here with this oval shape. She is the very center of life and pleasure and the center of the culture. And she's dancing, as a couple of the previous cards showed. She's dancing in place. All of reality is the lover's body, and it's a sexual body. And in the love culture, they enacted sexual dancing rites. She is entwined with a purple helix type of cloth or ribbon. That stands for energy, spiraling energy. Basically, the lover is not a card, and she manifests through our bodies, but our bodies are someday going to fall away. And what's going to be left? There's going to be an energy pattern. So we don't go anywhere, really. We don't go to a patriarchal heaven up there. We stay where we are, but the frequency has changed. And this is what's being portrayed here. There's a spiraling energy which involves other capacities we have, like our emotional body or capacity, our imagination, our mind, our will, our sense of justice. All of those are in an energy pattern. So she is energy. The lover is energy in all of us, but it's a love energy. It's a love energy that brings us together and helps us, is beneficial. It makes us feel solidly grounded in love and in the earth. She is holding two batons in her hand as she dances, which shows the relationship between the sexes. The woman is at the center. She is in controlling element. She holds the batons, which are phallic symbols, penises, in her hand. And she has two of them. And the batons have heads to either side, pointed heads to either side. So maybe kind of, I guess, four of them. What it's saying is that the woman is holding the man. The woman holds the man. Starting off with birth, the woman holds a man-child in her, a man-baby, and gives birth. Or in sex, a woman takes a man into her body. But she is the love carrier. And that is symbolized by, you see this in some of the ancient art, a woman holding snakes or holding batons. If you look at the physiology of it, say this is a sexual sign, this is the vagina, and these are penises, 3 penises. It takes 3 penises to equal 1 vagina. And if you look at this, if these are penises, these are phallic symbols, and the thumb is the clitoris. It takes 4 penises to satisfy 1 clitoris. It takes 4 men to satisfy 1 woman in the love culture. The man's penis has about 4,000 nerve endings. The woman's clitoris has about 8,000. But the 8,000 nerve endings in the clitoris join up with about 15,000 other nerve endings in her vagina, her pelvic area, her uterus area. The whole area down here is filled with nerves which are stimulated with sex in the love-making process. So a woman has like about 23,000 nerve endings as compared to 4 for the man. So it indicates that woman has a far greater sexual capacity than man does. That's kind of like a little gross in a way, and it's kind of like, take it with a grain of humor and lightheartedness, but the physical facts are that woman is sexually endowed more than man. And there was a reason for that, because it all centers around woman. And nature is basically feminine in its foundation. The two-sex system is a later development. So men are not even needed, essentially, for propagation. Because most of nature, even today, our cells divide. Its daughter from a mother cell, or the mother cell makes a daughter. It doesn't have to be inseminated. And so the lower life forms sometimes don't have to be use insemination. It's called parthenogenesis. It's virgin birth. And even in the myths in the Catholic Church, they celebrate Mary was a virgin. It was a parthenogenic birth. But the patriarchs inserted God into the picture, so God's Spirit, as he hovered over the waters in this creation story, God's Spirit comes to Mary and impregnates her. God, the Holy Spirit, is the story, impregnates Mary. Spirit is just another word for semen. They're similar words. So God gets in there, impregnates Mary. But God is too aloof, and nobody can accept God as having even a penis or anything, because he's asexual in a way, Father. That's all part of the rebellion system against the woman-centered culture. So they're rebelling against this down here, and they bring it up here and make a spade out of it, and make a heart, a fancy romantic heart up here, because it's closer to the head. It's closer to where the men are going. They're going to an imaginary heaven up there, where God and all the money are. And it's a false orientation. It's false and fraudulent right at the beginning. But once you accept that premise, you're already hooked. You're already hooked in the system, this system, rather than this system. It's very, very basic stuff here. But they see this system is nature-bound. It's closer to the earth. Woman's center of gravity is closer to the earth. Men are a later addition into nature's system. They're a very beautiful system, because woman can see herself reflected in man. And man has certain strength, strong qualities, upper body strength, and a focused mind, more mentalizing, more linear. That's not bad, but it's bad when it becomes corrupted and perverted, when power becomes power over to crush people and hurt them and steal from them, take away their land, rip woman out of her natural context. A woman was meant to be in a garden setting, supported by this system, which is symbolized here by the circle. It's a woman's circle, and the men around it. These are the four evangelists around this circle. And the Christian, it's Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, or the man, the eagle, the lion, and the ox. These are men are on the outside of the circumference, very important. They're supposed to protect the system, and these are writers, right? Well, Christianity, until it got corrupted by the Roman Empire and by the seditious elements within it, was getting closer, getting too hot for the empire, too hot for patriarch, because Jesus was a feminine type of person. He had a woman inside him. Some people say he was married to Mary Magdalene. He hung out with the women for the most part, and he tolerated the men who ended up betraying him. So the evangelists, or the Christian writers, had some truth going for them, but then the writings themselves got corrupted by the Roman Empire. And they made Jesus into a Roman lover. Give to Caesar what's Caesar. This is all a rewrite by the patriarchs. But the original story, the original good news, is that of a woman-centered culture supported by the men, and everybody profits for the benefit of the children and the people to come after, etc., etc. But this is the great untold story, which the love government is making every effort now to tell the truth about where we came from, who we are, and where we're going. That's the truth that's got to get out if we're going to survive. And remember, there's no escape hatch to heaven. That's imaginary on the part of the patriarchs. Heaven is right here. Always will be, always was. In that energy, that is portrayed here, this energy. When our bodies drop off, our energy isn't going anywhere. It's still going to be dancing like that. So I'm not going anywhere. I'm always going to be here. So thank you for listening, and I wish you love. This is the sex sign. It's love, sex. So love to you all. Peace, harmony, and joy.